Today's the longest day of the year, and one local retirement home is taking advantage of the extra sunlight to fight Alzheimer's disease. The Kenwood by Senior Star in Madisonville is holding a 16-hour marathon march. Residents started walking just a few minutes ago, and Local 12 News reporter Tiffany Wilson joins us now with all the details on this. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, John. Well, in the tri-state alone, tens of thousands of people suffer from Alzheimer's. It's a terrible degenerative disease that affects your memory. And I'm joined by Tom Rotz, who's the executive director of the Kenwood. Tom, why did you decide to participate in this longest day event this year?
Well, Senior Star has been a partner with the Alzheimer's Association for a long time and trying to end this thing. And this is the first year that they've done an event like this. And knowing the effect it's had on our residents, their families, our own families, not a single person here at the community has not been touched by this. And we felt this is the best way we could really build awareness for what the Alzheimer's Association is trying to do.
Now, in your hand, you have one of the official batons.
I do.
Basically, walk me through what's going to happen today.
Sure. This event, it's a nationwide event, and teams, 180 teams throughout the country have picked some sort of endurance event to do. Our team's decided to walk. Right now we're using a flashlight as a baton because it's so early. But from sunrise to sunset tonight, someone will be moving with one of these batons, whether it's walking around the building. We've got a treadmill inside where it's cool for later in the day. But the idea, again, is that just to really recognize the fact that folks with the disease are taking care of the disease the minute they wake up to the minute they go to bed, or doing something for someone with Alzheimer's.
And along with that, members of the greater tri-state community, how can they participate if they've been touched by Alzheimer's and want to come out?
Absolutely. If folks want to come out, we've got a memory board that we're having folks sign. We're hoping to create a big mural. So if somebody has a message they'd like to do, obviously raising some funds for the Alzheimer's organization as well. So if they want to come by and make a donation, if they can't get by, they can certainly go to the website as well, alz.org, and make a donation there.
All right. Thank you so much, Tom. And we will have much more on this event a little bit later in the 6 o'clock hour. For now, John and Liz, back to you.
All right, Tiffany, thank you for that. And consider this, more than 5 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's disease.
About 30 minutes ago, and that is where we find Local 12 News reporter Tiffany Wilson. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, Liz. Well, many people know Alzheimer's as the degenerative disease that affects people's memory, but what they may not know is just how many people are affected by it. Nationwide, about 5.4 million, but here in the tri-state, about 44,000. And so the Kenwood by Senior Star is hosting this marathon walk to raise awareness and then also to raise money to help with research, because it is such an expensive disease. It costs about $200 billion annually in healthcare costs, and yet there's only about $500 million dedicated to research. So they are really trying to promote awareness. And for the public, if you know somebody who is affected by Alzheimer's, perhaps somebody in your family, they are opening this up to the public, and you can come out and actually sign these memory boards. They're hoping to create a much larger mural by the end of the day. So already the walk has started. It kicked off at 5:30 this morning. It's going to go until 9:30 tonight, and they're hoping that a lot of people will come out from the community to show their support for Alzheimer's. Liz and John, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Tiffany. And the Kenwood by Senior Star is one of more than 100 teams nationwide conducting this sunrise to sunset activity. The community is putting that extra sunlight to some very good use. Members of the Kenwood by Senior Star will walk for 16 hours straight to raise money and awareness of Alzheimer's disease. Tiffany Wilson is live now in Madisonville, where the walk kicked off about an hour ago. And good morning to you, Tiffany.
Good morning, Liz. Well, they just had that first baton handoff, so the first walker is now resting a little bit. The second the walker has taken over. Now, this is the first year for the longest day event, and I'm joined by Paula, who is the executive director for the Alzheimer's Association in Cincinnati. And why did you guys decide to join this national first time of the longest day event?
We love the event because it represents what caregivers and people with this disease go through every day. They get up, they face this, they battle it, and this is our way of respecting, thanking, and honoring them.
Now, I know that part of this is to raise money, and why is Alzheimer's such a major concern for people in the United States? Why does more money need to be raised?
It was the 6th leading killer in the United States today, and of the top 10 diseases, it's the only one for which there's no prevention, no cure, or even a way to slow it down. And with 10,000 baby boomers turning 65 every day, we need to wrestle this disease to the ground, or by the years 2050, there are going to be 16 million people with this disease.
Wow.
Yeah.
It does put it in perspective. Thank you so much, Paula. Now, I do know that they're inviting members from the public out here. You can sign memory boards, which they have set up behind me, and you can also contribute donations. And those donations, for the most part, stay to help support programs locally here for the caregivers of people who suffer from Alzheimer's. Liz, back to you.